rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic.
I'm here.
Certainly. President Klein Jerome.
Here. Director Poston.
Here.
Director Barnes.
Here.
Director Beck. Here. Director Ward.
Here.
Director Potts.
Here.
Director Hayes is absent.
Mission and vision statement. Director Barnes, would you please read the mission and vision statement?
Yes. Mission statement. The Davenport Community School District is dedicated to growing excellence in academics, the arts, and athletics for every child by ensuring the highest quality education in an environment shaped by our diverse community, preparing our students to be lifelong learners and productive citizens. The vision statement. Education that challenges conventional thinking, prepares all students to compete in a global society, and inspires our students, parents, staff, and community to answer the question, what if?
Thank you. Director Beck, would you please read the guiding principles?
Opportunity. We provide abundant opportunities to empower students to reach their full potential academically, creatively, and socially. Collaboration. We foster an environment that allows students, families, and community stakeholders to come together for the betterment of our students' education and future. Transparency. We share relevant and important information with our students, families, and the community to maintain open and productive communication.
Thank you. Superintendent Schneckloff, would you please read the goals?
Goal number 4 will be the focus, foster the innovative use of finance, facilities, and staff.
Thank you. Next up, presentations. Superintendent Schneckloff, recognition committee update, please.
Thank you. One of the priorities that President Klein-Jerome has for this upcoming school year is putting together a plan for how we're going to recognize all staff in the Davenport schools. We believe we have the finest staff members in ever, anywhere, as to quote Jamie Weinzierl. And so for us not to have some type of recognition program that goes past the wonderful Growing Excellence Awards that we have now would be a mistake. And so we as a committee have been working for the last 6 months to put together a cadence and a way to calibrate over who our human beings are that we want to recognize, with an end of the year notion that we are going to send off for national state award winning teachers. So I'm very excited about this committee, and I'm very excited about where it's at and where it's going to go. So I'll turn it over to Jamie and Sarah to kind of walk us through where we sit today.
Thank you. If you want to switch to the next slide, please. All right. So as Superintendent Schneckloff said, this committee was formed about 6 months ago, really at the behest of President Klein-Jerome, to really recognize our employees. We know we have some of the greatest employees in any school district. And so we want to make sure that they feel valued and that we're also sharing the wonderful things that our people do day in and day out in service of our students. And so really, our goals are to build a culture of appreciation, build a stronger community amongst our staff, demonstrate our district's values and how our staff are playing those out every day, and then build trust and pride in our community for the work that our employees do every day. And so we want to recap just very quickly some of the things that we did this past year, and then we're also going to talk about looking ahead to next school year, where we would like to go in terms of recognizing our employees. The Growing Excellence Awards are really the large recognition that we do every year for our employees. These recognize both individuals within our district and outside organizations that make significant contributions to the work that we're doing and to our students student success. They are a great way for buildings to celebrate together with their staff at the end of the year. Nominations open in April of every year. This year, we received over 300 nominations, which is really cool to see our staff being recognized by their peers. All nominees are recognized with a certificate and a DCSD pin, and they are all honored at their buildings with building-wide celebrations in May. This is previously had been known as the Hug Award, so this is a long-standing tradition in our district and something we want to grow upon as we look at staff appreciation next year.
All right, the next one is a new tradition that started this year due to some unforeseen circumstances. But the retiree breakfast. So it was the first year that we did a breakfast instead of a dinner. And we had a really good turnout. The venue was very nice. And we celebrated 60 retirees. The feedback with the individuals that I spoke to, they really liked being able to start their day at an event like this. They felt appreciated. They felt the food was good. And then they were given the opportunity to take the rest of the day off and enjoy their time versus having to rearrange schedules after work or leave work, go home, and then attend an event. So from the individuals at the event that I talked to, they really appreciated it. So I think we will be continuing with that breakfast and hope the word gets out and we have more people attend next year. All right, the next one. This was a first year. So this year we started tracking attendance at teacher attendance at all of the schools in the district. And the top school in each one of the regions was celebrated and recognized for their contributions to their buildings, which keep sub rates down, keep other teachers from having to use their prep periods to sub. And the schools, Hayes, Wood, and Mid-City each received a cookout by the superintendent and their respective ILD. So you can see there the great time that was had by all. And I'm sure it was really hot.
It was extremely hot, and Ivy calls this the Grilling Excellence Award.
The grilling excellence. Like, oh, I like it. So we plan on continuing with that as long as the barbecue master is volunteering his time.
So looking ahead to next year and building upon what we did this year, there are a couple things that we want to implement. And as Superintendent Schneckloff said, we know that you can put our staff, our teachers against some of the best in the country and the state. We know that they are of that caliber and we want to be able to recognize them as such. And so we would like to start a quarterly staff recognition event to really kind of build the cachet of our staff and have a quarterly recognition award for one member of each classification unit through an internal nomination process, and then have the recognition committee choose the winner quarterly and be recognized by Superintendent Schneckloff. This then will build a bench so we can start nominating our staff for annual awards. We receive emails all spring for state and national level awards. But what we haven't done well in the past is capture some of the really cool things that our staff has been doing in real time so that we can nominate them for these things. So by doing this quarterly staff recognition, we will have a better idea of some of the unique things that are going on in our district so that we can in real time readily apply or nominate our staff for some of these local, state, and national awards.
These awards are oftentimes must be filled out by the human being that is going for the award. So that is not something that teachers like to do.
Mm-hmm.
I like to talk about them. So teachers, staff members, anyone that's not something that people like to do. So by doing this, we will have gathered the necessary information to fill out the state and national awards, which will kind of eliminate that.
Yep. We have wonderful staff. We also have very humble staff. And so that can kind of put them in an awkward position where they don't feel like they want to nominate themselves. We'd also like to do annual staff recognition for annual awards. This is not in replacement of Growing Excellence. We will continue to do the Growing Excellence Awards, but we want to have annual staff recognition as well. We're thinking Rookie of the Year, Lifetime Achievement, or Career Milestone, Student Impact, and Community Impact. And we want to open this up for both our students, our parents, and our community to be able to nominate. So this will be we're really excited to see the type of nominations that we get for this and to be able to recognize the work of our staff in our buildings every day.
We've also added to this component the annual showing up together at the beginning of the school year. We're going to recognize our 10, 20, and 30-year employees at that event where we bring them on stage. And Ivy has been bringing back the old school individual pins where there's diamonds and rubies and different colors like that to recognize our staff during that day. And so this year, the showing up together, due to an air conditioning malfunction that they're predicting to happen at the Adler, we are moving to the Vibrant Arena, formerly known as the Mark or whatever it's called. And so we're very excited about developing this cadence of recognizing our staff in a predictable manner.
And that's all we have for you tonight. If you guys have any questions.
Anybody have a question? No, thank you very much. Next up, thank you. Board reports. No board reports. All right. Oh, Director Beck.
I did just want to give a shout out to Davenport West Baseball for toppling PV as a 6 seed, toppling a 1 seed in a sub-state tournament. Hasn't happened in quite some time. So great job.
Sorry, I had a technical issue here. I gotta get back in. Anybody else? Nope. Okay. Open forum? No open forum. Correct, Brenda? None? Okay. Next up is the consent agenda. May I have a motion?
Madam President,
Director Beck?
I move the board approve the consent agenda as written or as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Are there any questions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next up, committee reports, breaking barriers,
None at this time.
legislative advocacy. Director Poston.
We just met before this meeting to go over our priorities for the coming year. And so that'll be coming to the rest of the board meetings, board members. And then we'll, I believe at the August 11th meeting, we will vote on that and send that off.
Thank you. LZAC. Director Beck.
None at this time.
Long range facility. Director Poston.
We met last Friday, reviewed our projects that are currently going on. Also discussed our phase 2 plan. There will be committee coming forward from all the different buildings and to start putting input into this, kind of like we did with our phase 1 when we started that. And so that'll be getting started in the near future.
Policy, we meet in August. Recognition, we just had an update. And finance. Maybe we'll be.
We are supposed to meet on Thursday.
Okay, thank you. Items requiring action. May I have a motion about IASB membership payment and dues?
Madam President,
Director Beck.
I move the board approve payment of $13,359 to the Iowa Association of School Boards for membership July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026.
Could I have a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Are there any questions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Policy for board approval. May I have a motion?
Madam President,
Director Beck.
I move the board approve policy 502.05, student lockers.
Could I have a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any questions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. There are no discussion items. Superintendent's report.
I just wanted to give a brief report about the flood actions that occurred over the last couple of days. I want to send out our deepest condolences for anybody that was impacted by that flood, but also want to give a pat on the back to our maintenance team, give a pat on the back to our student services team, give a pat on our back to our communications team. There was direct communication with the city and our school district via Sarah. We immediately responded to any requests that the city needed from us. An example of that was this JB Young was used as a Red Cross facility for anybody that needed it. We were ready to serve up to 100 people. We also saw floods inside of our district boundaries that we haven't seen since the 90s, and it was very scary. And I'm incredibly proud of the way our staff responded. I was driving around today looking at the toughest impacted places. I went to Davenport North, where I don't know if you know those center places where there was plants growing, and they were filling with water, and the principal just happened to be there, and he began to vacuum the water out and bring the scrubbing machines around because it was during a baseball game. Brady Street Stadium, the baseball field was completely underwater. The turf was impacted, and they were there today squeegeeing, cleaning the mud off, getting everything ready. The adjusters were there. So no flies are landing on Davenport Schools employees, and I was incredibly proud about how we responded to help our community. And we'll continue to do so over the next couple of weeks. I think it's a wonderful symbol that when things get tough here, we're willing to jump in and help out any way we can. I had the opportunity last week to do a presentation about Davenport schools and how we're closing the achievement gap for some of our schools with the Director of Education, Director Snow, Tina Waylert, the chief of school improvement. And it was a great opportunity to talk about Davenport schools, about how we are moving in the right direction, and about the energy that we have around academic achievement, school improvement. And I'm incredibly proud of our staff that are doing that work inside of our buildings. And it was a wonderful opportunity for us to stand in front of other state leaders. This conference is other state superintendents, other legislators, and we were invited to speak alongside of the Department of Ed for that. And I think it's a great testament to the work of our cabinet, our principals, our teachers, our staff inside of our buildings, to show that we are willing to do whatever it takes for our students in Davenport. And so I'm incredibly proud of that and proud of our staff. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. I think the next one actually is Brenda. Is that correct? The IASB Board Con? That's the new word.
Yeah, just a quick report that the Iowa Association of School Boards has announced date and preliminary information about their annual convention. They have renamed it BoardCon 2025. It is scheduled for November 19th through 21st. If the board wants to put that on their calendar, I will go ahead and do online registration and hotel rooms for the board and any administrators. Those, the booking for that is available as of August 6th. Other than that, just mark your calendars.
Sounds good. Thank you. Next up, school board election, November 2025. Brenda.
Yes, 2025 combined city school election will be held Tuesday, November 4th. School board members whose terms expire in November Ward, Potts, Beck, and Barnes. So on the ballot will be 3 4-year terms and 1 2-year term. Candidate filing begins on August 25th and ends on September 18th. Contact me if you'd like to pick up a packet. I will have those ready by Monday the 21st, or you can go to the Iowa Secretary of State website to secure paperwork also. Then you will eventually have to file that paperwork with me.
Thank you. And we will say this at every meeting from now so that people catch on. Great. Thank you. Any board requests? Okay. Board reflections. Director Potts.
I would like to reflect upon the recognition program. I think that's something that's going to pay a lot of benefits for us. I think it's long overdue. I've known this for years. We have a lot of exceedingly talented teachers in our district, and we have some very, very good administrators in our district. And we are remiss if we're not trying to parlay some of this into some state regional recognition for these people. I want to congratulate the recognition committee on the job they're doing.
Thank you. Director Barnes.
I'll echo Director Potts' recognition of the recognition committee. I think this is great to recognize our human resources. I also want to thank the school district for all of the things that Superintendent Schneckloth mentioned in relationship to the weather event this weekend. It's just another great example of what a great partner the city of Davenport has in this school district, and it's a good reminder that we're here. It's not a one-way street, but we're here to serve when called upon as well. So thank you for that.
Director Beck.
I couldn't really say it any better. Both of those things were probably the highlights of this meeting.
Thank you. Director Poston.
Ditto.
Director Ward.
Yeah, same thing. I think the recognition committee did a great job, a good example of watering the grass, and then too much water in the grass for the flood. But a good shout out, and I appreciate the superintendent's report on just all the efforts that the frontline staff put in, making sure that the buildings were safe and getting things cleaned up and getting things taken care of. So being a resource for families in the community.
Thank you. Superintendent Schneckloth.
I'm really proud of the recognition committee. The makeup of that team really worked hard, put a lot of thought into it, and I really think this could be something that's here forever. I think it's a generational work. I agree with Director Potts. I think that this is long overdue, and our people are really going to appreciate it. And someone to fill out that paperwork for them and turn it into the Teacher of the Year and the National Teacher of the Year, we're going to have one. It's going to happen. And so I'm incredibly excited for that.
Thank you. And my reflection is that I'm going to be done in 30 minutes, and I started late because of the internet problem. But other than that, and I do appreciate all the help and support on the recognition committee. And I personally had somebody who was at North the night things were flooding, and it was handled very well. They were put in a secure area during the tornado warning, and they were impressed with the principal being there and squeegeeing out and taking care of the water problem as well. And they didn't even know the principal at the time, but they do now. So, Director Potts, could I have a motion to adjourn?
Yes, on behalf of the board, I move that we adjourn, and I want to comment Director Barnes on his snappy jacket.
Could I have a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Was that second in relationship to my snappy jacket, or
Yes.
Yeah.